we do have to be careful about where things are coming from and really get down to the root of why we believe what we believe. And I think we might find that a lot of it has to do with what, grandmama said, what mama said, how we were raised, the book we're reading out of, the oral transcriptions to the loss of translations over 7 languages. And then who's talking about it and why are they talking about it? It's not a fun place to be when you realize that you have thoughts and feelings and your frustration and you're pissed off at certain people, certain groups of people, and you realize that there's really no basis for any of that other than that you're consuming the media that is being put out by celebrities, by the news channels, by your friends and family on Facebook arguing about who should get elected, Trump or Biden, and why their identity is 100% tied to that person and how that person is the savior for, Kamala Harris is the savior for all black women that want to run for office. Like that, there's narratives that are pushed out there that people start to just accept that aren't necessarily, they're rooted in a message. They're not necessarily rooted in truth or opinion. They're just things that we don't check. We look to governing bodies to be the fact checkers. We look to social media to be the fact checkers. I mean, I know you're not on social media a ton, but it's interesting. Anything that's on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, on LinkedIn that's talking about coronavirus, it's all quote unquote fact checked by the WHO and the CDC. So whatever programming that they have plugged into those networks then deems your information misleading, false, et cetera, et cetera. But we've seen something that I think ubiquitous assimilation in a lot of ways can lead to groupthink very aggressively and almost groupthink on the extreme side, because then we don't check the governing bodies that are supposed to be governing what's going on here, or we assign value to those governing bodies and give them a higher value to then be the person that's playing, let's call it playing God here with information. I'm not sure necessarily, other than trying to evangelize that people need to be free thinkers here. I don't know that there's really a way that will rid us of this happening. I think we have so much going on all over the place, from bumper stickers to billboards to you open your phone to getting retargeted right here on this thing based on ads of what you were talking about. Like it's happening day in, day out. I think that we should go into maybe a couple examples or a couple ways to not protect yourself from parroting other things, but to realign and rebalance where you're at in the dissemination of information after you've taken it in. Because I think that is a skill that if you can master, you can be unaffected mentally from a lot of things. For example, people listening to this probably know that you're not running around on social media all day, every day. There's a lot of things that went down during the start of coronavirus to when, we were still meeting weekly, and many times myself and the other people in our group, and I'm referencing our accountability group, myself and a couple people in the accountability group are very annoyed, angry, upset about some things going on, some narratives that were being pushed, and this man sitting across from me, unaffected by the narrative that was being pushed because he wasn't taking in the information. He wasn't sucking on the pacifier that was the information. You knew that things were going on, and you have an understanding of what you find to be truth, what you find not to be truth, and your opinion's not changing, so you're just going to continue to live your life